Auntie Jo here with Auntie Jo Sews. So today I'm going to be, actually tonight, but I am going to be making a library card for a Halloween swap that I'm doing on SwapBot. And I thought, you know what? I try and always make the videos kind of, succinct and not perfect, but try and keep the warts off of them, for lack of a better term. So today I'm going to show you a boo-boo that I did and how I'm going to fix it and use the piece without wasting cardstock. So the library card I am using, I actually got a great tutorial. I'll link her down at the bottom. It was actually listed on SwapBot. She does a great tutorial, and I got the pattern from her. And what I'm going to do is, you can see I kind of seriously messed up printing. It should have been just this outline, and instead I hit the library card one by accident. So here's the template for the library card, and the one I'm going to be cutting for is this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my double-sided tape, which if you watch my other videos, you know I don't use the ATG gun because I apparently am not equipped enough to use it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here, and I am going to use just my scissors and cut around the template so that I do not waste it, because I double printed. I wasn't looking and just decided that, hey, I'm going to click print now, and that was not a good move because I didn't realize that they were printing in reverse order, and the library card printed on this instead of the template for the actual pocket for the library card. So all I'm doing is I've just put the tape on it. I've managed to just keep it in line with the one that's already there. I'm going to try and get rid of a little bit of that black here. Line. Alright, so now I'm going to pull them apart just like that. And you know, with ATG tape, it really just comes off, and actually doesn't really matter because I am actually going to be covering this up anyway. So that's off, and now I'm going to flip them over, and there we go. So alrighty, first thing we're going to do, and you can glue these, or you can use tape. I think I'm actually going to glue mine. So, and what I'm going to do is, I do still have the line on one, so I'm going to score it right at this line here. I'm going to try really hard not to pay attention to this other jibber jabber that I put up here, and I'm going to line it up, score it here, flip it over, if you can see right there, find a good line, line it up the top so it stays straight, and then just do that there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fold it on our score line like that, like that. And then we're going to see this other score line here, and we're going to score it there, flip it up, and we're just going to fold it around like this, like that. Use a little bit of the tacky glue that I need more tacky glue. Like, I think if anybody gets me anything for Christmas, I'm just going to be like, hey, can you get me some tacky glue? Because I use a lot of it. I've really tried to stay away from the clear glues because they just don't, and I don't put the lid on this a whole lot, so I forget sometimes. And I just don't like it because the clear glue just really doesn't dry for me super well. I mean, I go back literally hours later and it's still super tacky. So anyway, so there we go. So I've glued these down. Okay, again, it really doesn't matter because you're not going to see this and you're not going to see this. So there's our pocket right here. And while that's drying, I am going to grab my Halloween paper. This is my favorite Halloween paper, the Ghost and Goblin Stack by DCWV, which I use a lot of. And later on, we're going to be doing some stuff with these. But I think my swap partner, what's she going to want? What's she going to want? I'm kind of like, I don't know. Maybe this one would be pretty cool. Halloween bats. I want to do something kind of bright, kind of fun. Kind of keeps the pattern through where I don't have to worry too much about getting it lined up perfectly. So I think we're going to do this one. Just a bunch of jack-o'-lanterns. Pull this off. And then we're going to measure. And I always use my thing I got from Joann's, which is the cutting mat. And I can tell, let's see if I can move the camera a little bit here so you can see. So I'm going to need 3.5 inches width, and then length about 6.5 inches. But what I like to do as well, and this is like kind of cheating a little bit, is I will take the paper, and I know I'm going to want a little bit of matte to show so that it gives a little bit of a background. So I'm going to just draw a little line right there, and then I'm going to have it go a little farther down in the pocket. So this is going to be my first cut, and grab my cutting doohickey thing here, and cut it. And I don't sing, by the way, so you may want to turn your volume off if I ever start singing. My husband is a guitar player, professional musician, and I do not have those talents. So, as you can see, oh, hang on, Joe. I have it right there. So that's going to complement really super well the background color that I used. And then what I'm going to do again is I'm just going to take my sticky tape here. I'm going to have to fix this at some point and get like an actual lid that will stay on and not fall off, because it falls off into the cup that I use to keep it in. So here we go. We're just gonna pop that in right there. Just eyeball it, make sure it looks good to me. There we go. Then I'm gonna take the same sheet. Let me grab my towel and wipe the glue off of my fingers here. And again, I'm gonna do the same process. Is I'm gonna see, okay, use the back now so that I don't have a little ink mark on the sheet that I want to use. And I'm gonna cut right about there to make sure. And I don't use the scissors as much. I really like using this because it gives me just a super straight line almost every time, unless I mess up, and then, you know, I have stuff for embellishments. So, all right. And again, more of the sticky glue that I really need to focus on not letting the cap get all freaky and stuck. So just paint that on there. And then we're going to put that right there. Okay, I'll turn this over and let this go down a little bit while I'm doing the next one. So now we've got our front. It looks fabulous. It's lined up pretty well. And now this one, unfortunately, isn't going to cover the back, but what it is going to do is it's going to cover my second one pretty nicely. So we're going to sit that to the side, and I'm going to grab my sheet again, do a same sort of measurement. Okay, I can see I need it right there. And then we're going to go to right about there to make sure we get everything covered the way it should be. And I'm going to cut it long way on the long side first so that gives me more paper to work with later. And here we'll go just a little bit to the outside of that mark. And we're going to see how the glue's doing, but that is going to look fabulous if you can see it. And get a little bit of the glue going here. Next video, I promise I will have my glues working properly. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer because I get so busy and I get into crafting and I'm like, oh, you know, and then next thing I know, I've forgotten to do the glue, and that leaves for a problem later. So anyway, so here we go. We're just going to line it up like that. And you can always embellish this too if you have like stickers or anything you want to put on here. I did a Christmas one for my loaded envelope, and I just added a little sticker there. So you could add something here if you want. I may or may not add something, I don't know. And then we're going to grab our library card, and I'm actually again going to use the cutter because it's going to give me my straightest line. I'm going to turn it upside down so it's lined up pretty well. There. And then we're going to do, I don't know, how much were they when we were kids? Probably about like that. This side's a little longer, a little wider than I want. Still a little lighter. And I always try and err on the side of I can always take more off. I can't put more on. And, oh, wait, we're a little tight here. Let's do it like that. And I try and take off equally from each side. So let's make sure we're fitting in here pretty well. And there we go. So there's our dressed up pocket, library pocket with our pocket card. And again, like I said, I might put something fun on here. I have a bunch of like pumpkin stickers and kind of fun stuff I can always stick on here. I probably, let's see, I have some inspirables, so let's see how that looks on here. Yeah, that's cute. And there we go. There's a library pocket for you. Mess ups and all, and it still turned out pretty well. Hey, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please take a moment and click subscribe. I'm trying to do videos every day with the fun crafting stuff that I'm doing. Have a great day.